Hi guys, it's Jessie Holton here, your Stampin' Up Demonstrator for Australia, jessieholton.com. Thanks for joining me for another crafting video today. I'm using the All My Love Suite from the 2019 Occasions catalogue. If you need a copy of that catalogue, please let me know and I'll get one out to you ASAP. I can send them anywhere within Australia. Today I'm using the Forever Lovely stamp set, the Lovely Flowers Edgelets dies, and the All My Love Designer Series paper coordinating products. This first card is a simple stamping card on a very vanilla cardstock base, very vanilla base layer, and the everyday label punch in very vanilla as well with the envelope to match. I'm using Petal Pink to stamp these flowers, and just before you ink up these distinctive stamps, you want to make sure that you've pressed your ink down into the ink block really well, just to make sure that your image is really clear and crisp and doesn't have any blotchiness on it. If you do find that you're using these stamps and they're not very clear, just press down your ink a little bit. I've lined it up on the right hand side of the card so that I've got some room to put my sentiment there. And there are some really beautiful Valentine's sentiments in this stamp set, but I've decided to use the Wishing You a Lovely Day sentiment for all my cards, and that's because I use a lot of birthday cards. So I'm coming in here with the Soft Sea Foam ink, and again I'm just making sure that that's pushed down really well so that I get a clear and crisp image with my stamp set. I'm going to use the two end petals, they're a little bit love heart shaped, to line up with my flowers. I know that those two leaves fit in with the petals, just in those little ridges there that I'm pointing out. So if you've got those two ends lined up, then the rest of the stamp is pretty well lined up as well. This is a great job for the stamper artist if you're so inclined. And if you're making a few of these cards, then I definitely suggest it. So I'm just using my thumbnail to run along the edge of my cardstock there. Sometimes I find my trimmer leaves a little edge up. And I've got my Petal Pink Stamping Right marker, which I'm just using to spritz a little bit of across the back of the card so that it's not quite so clean. I've got the Petal Pink and Silver twine. I'm tying a little bow in this, and you can see in a minute I moved it along to the other side of the card front, and I don't glue down my bows or ribbons. I simply tie them around the card front and then glue it onto the card so that way you can move the bow around, you can adjust it a little bit, and unless someone's actually trying to take your card apart, it shouldn't matter too much. So I decide that I don't have enough room for the sentiment there, move the bow across, and then I'm using a fair bit more glue on this card base than what I would normally use, and that is just to make sure that the twine doesn't make the layer lift off the base. And then a few dimensionals on the back of my everyday label punch. All the sentiments from the stamp set fit on that everyday label punch, so you can choose which sentiment suits your needs best. And I've left a little gap in the centre of the sentiment. I haven't put any dimensionals in the centre so that the twine has room to go through. I don't want it to leave a bump if I've got a dimensional and twine going underneath. And that's it. I decided to add the little rose for the inside of the card and also on the envelope, again in the Petal Pink, just to finish it off. And I would definitely suggest that while you've got all your stamps and inks out, to finish off the inside and the envelope so that you've got a matching set ready to go. It's certainly a lot easier to do it now than to do it later on. The second card I've got for you is another really simple card to put together. I've got a thick Whisper White base with the Designer Series paper, and I've got a few different patterns cut up, so it's random which one you'll receive. And I've also die cut the little sentiment there for you using the framelits that come in this set. So I'm just going to glue the Designer Series paper straight onto the card base. and then stamp my sentiment in Petal Pink, not Petal Pink, sorry, Berry Burst, and use a few dimensionals to put it onto the card. I've also decided to add a little bit of ribbon, and I'm stamping the inside of the card, just making sure that my ink is nice and patted down there to get a clear image. And I would suggest that you use the Stampin' PS mat for this. You can see my stamp has not gone on clearly. I must have a little bump on my desk there, but that's okay. It looks lovely and handmade. Now I'm adding a little bit of the ribbon combo, and I've decided to go with the Flirty Flamingo ribbon from this pack, which is a really fine organza, and I've just added it to the corner underneath the roses and used a little bit of washi tape to hold it on. So a few dimensionals on there, and I've put one either side of the rose, and then all the corners and one in the centre. Just make sure that it's got enough support there. I don't want it to go saggy if I mail it and it gets crushed by the postie. And smack bang in the centre, isn't that a simple, beautiful card? That designer series paper really is stunning, and having that die cut rose in the corner of the sentiment with the white really makes it pop. And the last card, I forgot to show you the start of it, but you're getting these two pieces die cut, so you just need to line them up and glue them together along the bottom, and then you might need to snip a little bit off along the edge to make them match up, because it's very hard to get the framelit across in the same place. I've inked up that heart stamp once and stamped it off 3 times so that it gets lighter each time, and I've got some Petal Pink twine around that sentiment and dimensionals underneath, and I've stamped the sentiment in Berry Burst and the hearts in Berry Burst. I've also decided to stamp the envelope and the inside of the card in Berry Burst with those hearts. And that is that. Very, very simple, stunning cards using this suite. And if you need a copy of the catalogue, please let me know. If you'd like a copy of this class, please let me know. And if you have received this class for shopping with me, then thank you very much. I appreciate you being my customer, and I hope that you have enjoyed this class. And if you ever have any questions about products or techniques, please let me know. We also have an amazing joining deal going on at the moment. So if you love craft and you would like to receive a discount on your craft, then let me know, because it is an offer too good to refuse. You get $315 worth of stuff. Your choice, completely your choice, $315 worth. And you only pay $169. That is an amazing deal, too good to pass up. And if you have any questions regarding that or the catalogues, please let me know. This is Jessie Holton, your Stampin' Up demonstrator for Australia, jessieholton.com. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.